blessed evening. Yes, I am. So I want to get right into um, this topic right here. You know, the indigenous people are the enemies of existence. All right, we as people, all right, we are our enemy to this very existence. I want you to understand that we are the enemy to this very existence. Probably saying, yo, why are you saying that? Like, how are we the enemy of this very existence? Why are we the enemy to this very existence? Right? You asking yourself that, and I'm about to break it down to you because I know you don't understand why are we the enemy to this very existence? Because this, always remember, there's different levels of existence. Do you understand that? There's different levels of existence, and the level that we right have life and existence has a beginning and end, right? Being that we partial have a beginning and end, and we don't have a beginning and end, we become right. We become enemy to the beginning and end. And the reason why you become an enemy to the beginning and end because you are partially immortal. You are partially is the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence, right? And then you have entities that have free will, and you are an enemy to it, basically. So it's going to get everything right to basically to backdoor you, right? It's going to use the resources and the benefits, right, that's here for your beginning and end existence, right, so that you can basically worship it. Feel me? Because most of these benefits that's here for your is here for your basically is for your physical existence. It's going to use all the avenue so that your physical existence, right, cannot bear witness or cannot tell or cannot reap the benefits of the physical existence. I know it don't make sense, but it makes sense. Once you understand and you put yourself in the spiritual plateau and you put yourself on a spiritual plateau, you become an enemy. You become an enemy. You are an enemy because you are created from the very hand of the Alpha Omega and the creating everything in existence. He duplicated himself and created you and brought you into existence, right? From the everlasting. There's no beginning, there's no end to him. So being that there's no beginning and end to him, right? There's really no beginning and end to you. You are immortal, just like him with limitations, though. He placed limitations on you. So knowing that, right, you have other things and other entities, know that, right, its job is to basically attack you and assault you from the beginning and world so that you can dwell your physical existence with this world. You wasn't created, basically. You wasn't created, right, to dibble and dabble in the beginning and end. This is why the Creator always said, right, he always say inside of scriptures, this world, right, is nothing but child's play. It's nothing but amusement and it's play. It's sport. And then he tells you, do not take this world as sport and child play because it's really, really serious. He's saying that because it has a beginning and end, and you wasn't created, right, to basically to take this life, right, and use this life as foreverness, and that is the problem upon all of human race is using his life as foreverness, always procreating, right, to fill our void of lasting in this world. Well, technically, we are not from this world. You are from the everlasting. Do you understand that? Which is cloaked with this beginning and end world. I know it don't make sense, but it makes sense. And I'm telling you that is that you are the enemy of this existence, because this existence has a beginning and end. You was always created to rise above the beginning and end. Do you understand that? You are created to rise above the beginning and end. And being that you have this physical life, right? You want to dibble and dabble in this life, which has a beginning and end. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So, this is a prime example of what I'm saying. This is not going to be a long topic, because I don't want this to be a long topic, right? I want you to understand from a spiritual point of view on what I'm talking about. You have to think, look, feel outside of this beginning and end world, because this world has a beginning and end, and you wasn't created, right, for the beginning and end of this world. It has a beginning and end. This is why it's really, really important to get into your foreverness. This is why you can accumulate all the wealth of the world, you will still feel sad. You would still feel sad. You'd be like, you still feel sad. It's like you're going after more and more and more and more and more. You can't stop. You know the why? You know the reason why is that? Because you're missing a piece of your foreverness. That's why you are not to do what? To dibble and dabble in this world, but I know and understand that it's easy said than done. Once you get a taste of this, you want to keep going on and going on and going on. Unfortunately, I lived it, and I don't want to be a part of it, because it's the beginning and end to it. What I'm doing is basically maintaining my blessings, and keeping the blessings going on. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing here, because I know and understand that there's a beginning and end to this world, and I don't want to be a part of it. It's a beginning and end to my physical life. So I have to find means and ways to do what? To elevate my spiritual insight. Which is really, really important for me. This is really, really important for me, that I sit here and vibe with you, right? And I sit here to give information out, and I sit here to guide you towards places where you may not know. We so entwined with this world, it's going to lose us. There's a beginning and end, and this is why all of our children, right, are being lost to the beginning and end to this world. They are losing their life every day, because this world has a beginning and end. It's not meant for us to do what we do. You understand what I'm saying? It's only for a benefit of our physical existence. That's it. It's rest, sleep, worship. Rest, sleep, worship. And do what you do. You can agree with me, or you don't have to agree with me. It's your decision. What I'm telling you is based on my experience on living, dabbling in the world and living this world, that it has a beginning and end. And I'm telling you, it's going to backdoor you. At the end, it's definitely going to backdoor you. Please like, share, subscribe to the dopest channel out right now on YouTube. You know, we're coming. We're coming. And I want to thank you so much for viewing me, for liking and sharing all these dope content, all these amazing videos. It is for you and I to unravel a lot of things that's going on in our life. And I want to thank you so much, right? Always remember, you're the enemy, because if you feel that you're the enemy and the odds is against you, you're going to run to spirituality. You're going to run to spirituality to try to figure it out. And that's what I do. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I do. So try to figure out what you need to do as far as spirituality goes. And trust you me, that's why everything is against the indigenous people in this existence, because we are the enemy. You are the enemy. You are the enemy. Everything's the opposite. Do you understand that? We was placed here for justice and balance. And once you bring about justice and balance, everything is going to be against you, and you are the enemy because you tell them the right thing. So peace, your peace. Peace.